All right, today it's going to be an audience participation run. We're going to do guess the team. So what I want you to do is guess what my final team lineup is going to be in the comments. And then we'll see if anyone manages to get close. And it will be very, very obvious if anyone cheats and goes to the end and then just types out the team. If someone does that, I'll hopefully delete the comment as quickly as possible. But yeah, here on turn 2, we're taking mice, which I don't do too often in Star Pack, but it looks like we're going to scrape a win. So that's nice, we get our heart back. And I'll put on screen now the packs that the pets come from. So 2 of the same Star Pack pet are going to be at the front, then 1 from custom in the middle, 1 from star, and turtle at the back. So pause if you need to, have a think about it, and then comment below what you think the final team is going to be. Now, for extra credit, you can also guess the perks if you want to. And I will say that the 2 pets at the front both end up with the same perk as well. Now, do bear in mind that Star Pack now also has access to perks from outside of Star using both Dumbo Octopus and Starfruit. So there are quite a few different possibilities. So yeah, this is another run from the replay system. Partly that's the reason why I'm trying to spice it up a little bit with the with this guessing game. And then at the very end, I'm going to also have a couple more quiz question clips, which I had been saving for a while. So they might be from an older version of the game, but I thought they were fun and interesting. So we'll do some more quizzing at the end. And then after that, I'm also going to have a ton of clips of random bizarre things that happened in games, and then they just didn't make it into a video for whatever reason. I have folders and folders and folders of stuff saved up. And a lot of the time when you're making these types of compilation videos, they just take so long compared to doing a normal video. So that's why a lot of these runs kind of end up languishing unused. So yeah, the replay system just goes so quickly on the on the shop phases, and if you slow it down, it's too slow in my opinion. So yeah, we're just going to have to put up with the fact that the shop phases are very quick here. So we've got Iguana that is turning into a sea urchin. Not sure that was the smartest purchase. Maybe I was thinking about getting the Iguana to level 3 and selling it with starfish. I do that quite often these days with Siamese, where I'm just taking it for the attack only in order to help get the units up to 10 attack for starfish, as we lose by 1 HP there. I don't know if that pelican swallowed anything, did it? So we do get the starfish here, and yeah, of course I'm going to greed for level 2 or higher starfish. And it is weird these days seeing swordfish kind of you know, not fainting from the first snipe, because in the previously it used to not have enough health, so it would always knock itself out no matter what. And I kind of assumed that that was all deliberate, you know, because they wanted you know, Donkey to be able to work at start of battle, and Panda is now gone from the pack. So yeah, it's a little bit strange, but probably it is a pretty big buff for swordfish. You didn't really see very many swordfish donkey teams anyway. This team ends up with Onion at the back with nothing to move behind, and then we scrape a 1 HP win. So maybe you can start seeing the team taking shape here. I am going to actually give up on the starfish now, which is not like me, but there we go. And here I think we're getting to the point where, yeah, we end up getting Locust plus Cricket from the Orca pill, which probably is not what I was hoping for. A lot of the time I've been hoping to hit the rare spawns, you know, like, obviously they're all the same likelihood, but by rare spawn I would mean something that you can actually build a team around. You know, things like Pink Robin, I had a video about that not too long ago. What else? You know, Eagle, I guess. Any of the units that could potentially turn a run into something special. But here we ended up getting Locust and Cricket, which, yeah, I guess they're not going to do a whole lot for making an unusual team. But we do end up facing Rev there and beating him with Ostrich, so that was nice. and we'll just feed the locust, I think, once per turn to make sure that it actually spawns something. And in case you hadn't worked it out, this is the final team. So double swordfish plus a locust in the middle, iguana, and then cricket at the back. So a pretty bizarre lineup, and really it's very weird that we're doing so well given that I only sold one level 3 pet with the starfish. So we have virtually no stats to speak of on turn 14 this is. But the swordfish actually do a pretty good job of disrupting a lot of teams. And I think here we are going to lose though. Yeah, just to another ostrich hamster team. So I'll just keep feeding the locust. Yeah, just buy every food onto it. I'm already settled on the equipment. And then we face this tuna team, and they actually have level 3 firefly at the front as well. But the buffed tomato with 10 damage, I think, is actually quite a good change. I think 8 was just not enough. You know, you think it's the same, roughly the same damage output as a crocodile, while giving up a perk slot. But yeah, 10 damage feels a lot fairer. So there we go. There's the final team. Double tomato, baguette, seaweed, and cheese at the back. Now here are some more quiz questions, both to do with the locust. So here, the locust and the platypus get knocked out at the same time. So pause and guess the order that the pets are going to appear when they spawn. Because there's going to be 3 locusts, a duck, and a beaver. So here you go, we get the duck and the beaver in 4th and 3rd positions, and then there's a locust spawns right at the back. I thought that was kind of amusing. That was also against Porta, nice to see. And then next one, this is another locust one, so you have to pause here and guess how this ends up as a draw. So it looks like I'm just going to get absolutely demolished here by the dolphin snipes. But because it's turn 7, we end up getting a tier 5 from the eagle, and it was Farmer Crow, thus giving us enough locust spawns to take the tie. And then here's an interesting clip that I just recorded in versus mode. It was asked in the Discord if golden egg would be doubled by a nest, so I tested it and it does not work. Now onto some more just random clips of crazy battles. Now this one just looks like 2 summon teams facing off on turn 13, but maybe you can guess why I am going to end up pausing and looking at the opponent's previous turns, because there's something very suspicious about their team. Can you guess what it is yet? My mouse cursor is moving over their name because we watched the last opponent, and then we scroll down. We'll actually see that they sold level 3 Griffin to get the Spinosaurus. And I did the exact same thing. So that was Orca level 3 from Griffin versus Spino level 3 from Griffin. Now here's a clip from the Comic Book Weekly that I don't think I used as a bonus clip in any of the runs I did. The mink at the back gains Fortune Cookie, which crits twice. But even with a crit, it wouldn't normally do enough damage there for the axolotl to be knocked out. But because it was the mink, it doubled the effect of the of the fortune cookie. So that was bizarre. Now here's a crazy clip of a glitch, kind of blink and you miss it there, where the vampire bat was knocked out and then it gained 50 health despite being knocked out. It doesn't actually stay alive, but yeah, it's a weird graphical issue there. Next one. This one's kind of fun. The eagle at the back here gets sniped and produces a reindeer, which the blobfish then makes level 2. And it's the perfect combination. The sauropod gets weakened, which means the reindeer with the second melon can instantly knock it out. Now this one is really funny. The goblin shark swallows the skeleton dog, and then the mandrake dazes the goblin shark. So the mandrake actually knocked out our own unit by dazing the goblin shark there. Incredibly rare situation. Because they didn't have any faint pets, I guess it was just random which one I ended up dazing there. And then this is a crazy round. I'm not sure if I've used this in a clip before. If I didn't, I'm sure I meant to. But we've got 1-up eagle, and we're going to get some crazy spawns here. We get tiger eagle, and then pteranodon tiger. So then the tiger faints and the Pteranodon produces 2 level 3 1/1 tigers, and we win with the, the Phoenix spawn. Now it's actually been a few days since I recorded the commentary on this, and I'm adding extra clips that I keep finding more. Here's a clip that I did post in the Discord already, versus Pickle, and the small one spawns from the eagle, but it's not able to do damage because of the ghost kitten at the back. In fact, the ghost kitten blocks some of the mana damage as well, and we barely scrape the win. So that was highly entertaining to me. This next one is a very fun team that I failed to include in the seagull lamprey camel video. Soycake, I think Soycake may have posted a video on YouTube before. Maybe it was the original sort of Infinite. I can't remember. I'm sure they have. I'll link it in the description if I can find it. But that was a fun team. Here's one that I forgot to include in the level up video. It's a final battle against the Wharf team. And it's always funny to me when you see these interactions with Toad, where the Toad weakness gets applied in between the shots from the Wharf, which I think is slightly inconsistent with some of the other units in the game. But unfortunately, they're going to win by virtue of the Nordic goats at the back. And then what else have we got here? Next one is a woodpecker at the back team, and we skunk their blowfish, and they end up knocking out their own team. So that was a nice succinct one. And then lastly here we've got a couple of mechanical changes which I wasn't aware of until recently. The first one is that Porcupine no longer hits back against its teammates. So you can see here it does snipe the mosquito. However, it does not hit either the leech or the elephant. And I believe that was changed because it was to prevent infinites with Abomination swallowing Porcupine and a hurt pet, I think. Or something along those lines anyway. And then lastly here from the 1/1 leopard video the other day, it turns out one of the mechanics that I mentioned in that video has been changed as well. So we've got a variety of clips here showing some random snipes with a bunch of different equipment. And the upshot is that, yeah, this is different now. It used to be that a 1/1 leopard or badger doing 0 damage would not break melon or pepper. But now the melon and the pepper and the lemon will all be either broken or take a hit. The 0 damage does not trigger pita bread though. Yeah, so that's an interesting change. I assume that might be something to do with Nurikabe, because back when Nurikabe was first released, you did see quite a few videos of Nurikabe taking 0 damage and still preserving the melon. So I wouldn't be, I didn't actually test it here, but I wouldn't be surprised if that's the reason. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed those random clips. I'm sure there's plenty more in the backlog that I can use in future videos. I just grabbed whichever ones had the funniest looking file names.